monsters at your window. No, you can't sleep, you pretend though. You don't have to play the hero. Cause I got you like you got me. When the earth shakes, when the bombs scream, until our last breath, every heartbeat. When your nightmares turn to real life and the ground's filled up with landmines, we will face it standing side by side. You know I'll come running when you need. I'm coming. You know I'll come running. If you go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarm and the chaos is rising, leading the charge, yeah, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat, yeah, I'll be your army. If you go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarms and the chaos is rising, leading the charge, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Apollo Racing Club F1 2020 Tier 1 division here here at Apollo Racing Club. We are headed to Austria, one of my favorite circuits, the Red Bull Ring. I'm Adam, EV500. Joining me in the broadcast booth, once again, is NLG Van. Hello, Van. How are we doing this evening?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to see this race. We have W. Gore returning from a long hiatus back into T1. It's going to be exciting to see how he does tonight. It's been a long time coming, waiting for him to return back into the racing mood. So I'm excited to see how he does tonight.
Well, let's take a look over at our standings right now. Currently leading in the championship, it is Terry with 80 points, followed by Bagpy, his teammate, with 52 points. Ruda in the AlphaTauri with 49 points. Rogue, Ruda's teammate, in 48 points. Last season's defending champion, currently sitting in that fourth spot. Chipsy in the Mercedes with 42 points. See Josh in P6. He'll be definitely looking for a good race today. Looking over at the action, Mr. Hood in P7 in the Mercedes. the action in P8, TAC in P9, and UUA in P10. So that's your top 10 in the standings, and we are going to get qualifying here very soon. I'm very excited to bringing you the play-by-play and all the action here. Make sure to use the command to lem on our Twitch chat and be able to use a broadcasting tool and enhance your viewing experience. So, Van, it's time for qualifying.
Yes, it is, and I already know from the practice session that Josh is mighty quick with a 102.7 as his fastest time. So I feel like we're gonna have a really close quality between the Williams team and the Red Bull team, and even the AlphaTauri. Ruda won last week, so can he keep up that same momentum? I guess we'll find out.
Well, right now, it looks like it's going to be Bagpy coming out of the pits. But let's talk about our championship leader right now, Terry. You know, somebody who I would say he has a commanding lead in this championship right now. What is his chances here to really ask for a commanding lead?
From experience, I think he's going to definitely have a good race. So we'll see how he does at the start here. It's definitely important to get a good start and escape that lap one carnage, especially in Austria, where pitting early on can really cost you almost like half a lap worth of time. That's going to be impossible to really regain quickly. So he'll need to have a good start, but I'm confident he will. And so is his teammate Bag as well. But again, you know, you can't really say the upper teams don't have a chance either. Uwe been showing his worth lately. See Josh very quick, and of course the AlphaTauri boys.
Well, the Red Bull Ring, it is a 2.6 mile track, so very fast with lots of quick corners as Bagpy invalidates his first lap of the session. Let's see, it's going to be a Red Bull that's out there. Is that UUA? It is not. It's going to be Josh, who is looking to definitely put more points on the board today, sitting in P6 in the Drivers' Championship, and definitely wants to revert history here and get a better result. Last week wasn't his, well, 2 weeks ago wasn't quite his best race, but he's definitely looking for a win tonight. What do you think about Josh's performances here these past few weeks, and what does he need to do to get out of that P6 position and really potentially fight for a title here?
Well, the first step for him is going to be winning this race. He's definitely he gets 25 points tonight, and that would boost him potentially up to third or second, depending on if the other results go his way. He did miss 2 races, and he also DNF'd Monaco, so he's only had 2 races where he was able to put points on the board. So I feel like if he had showed up to those 2 races and didn't DNF in Monaco, we could see him with much more points, maybe even more than Thierry. I feel like he is definitely the ultimate challenger for Thierry. And he actually invalidates coming into the end of his lap here. But sets a 103.1. Thierry 4 attempts slower than that.
Well, a 103.5 for Terry. He is currently pole position, but Ruda comes in with a 103.7, followed by Pizza Parker with a 103.9. Lord Raptor now with a 104.65. He is, well, he is pretty quick too. Elegant still in the pits. We should say hello to a returning member who now takes provisional pole of 103.3. Welcome back, W. Gore, to F1 2020 Tier 1 action.
Yes, and that's a great first lap by Gore. Definitely a couple people who probably haven't raced with him in a bit, so he's going to be kind of like a dark horse at this race tonight. I'd love to see him pull off a win coming back after all this time. That'd be an amazing way to make your mark back into T1.
Well, it looks like I'm with Rogue right now, our defending Tier 1 champion. He is coming down the hill currently, but he's currently has some traffic in front of him, but I don't know what kind of a time. He puts up a 17.8, so he is a complete second off the pace of Gore right now. So you must just be taking this lap pretty easy. Let's see right now. SoCal Blazer puts up P7 with a 104.8, followed by Stewie 3K with a 105.3. Now let's head to Cosmic, who will be He's on a pretty fast lap here. He puts up a 29.1 in Sector 2. Can he get across the line without really invalidating this lap? And he comes through the final turn, does a nice job through there, doesn't invalidate, now gets that DRS wide open, comes across the line with a 105.2, goes ninth fastest. Looking over at Chipsy now. Chipsy currently P5 in our standings, and he is somebody who needs to have a really good night tonight if he wants to catch up to Rogue in the standings. Currently 42 points and only 6 points behind P4. So if he can outscore Rogue tonight, he could catch up in the standings. But here comes Gypsy as he comes through Sector 2, puts up a 29.1 and was 45 seconds into the lap. So it's a pretty fast lap by all means as he comes into the final turn. He's going to get that DRS wide open, comes down the final straight and puts up a 104.5. A nice lap there from Chipsy. Now let's head over to Hill in the Haas, who has lost his teammate for the season. Now there is a racing point off. I don't know who that was. It looks like, oh, that was just Hollers. That was the only racing point here tonight. Oh.
I'm going to say one thing. I think W. Gore is supposed to be in the Haas, but he's in the Alpha. So it's kind of funny. I just noticed that right now. I think he replaced Kubi. But I guess he wanted to take taxi for tonight, which is fine. See Joss on another hot lap here, looking to potentially do better than his 301, which would set him up for pole position currently.
And sorry about that. I had to take care of my cat real quick who was jumping on the counters. But as now C. Josh comes into, I gotta pull up a track map real quick. That is called Gosser, or if that is how you pronounce it, please tell me if I am wrong. But that is what turn is called. But he's coming through into the last part of the circuit now, where you can gain a lot of time, a lot of speed. He comes to the final turn, gets that DRS. Oh, he gets a little squabbly coming through that final turn. That might affect his time, but he puts up pole position anyway with a 103.0.
It's a great lap by Cedros, definitely setting the pace for the night, but still 9 minutes remain. It's very easy to get a lot of hot laps done on this track and use up all your sets. We have Thierry, who's looking to maybe set a time on the medium. He did that in France. And his teammate as well bagged beyond the medium as well, so we'll have to see if those are actual true hot laps or if they're just kind of warm up here.
Well, he's currently in fuel mix 4. And those tires are very, very warm as well. So he's going to come across the line. And he's a little bit slower. He goes a 103.5.
Thierry also got across the line. Thierry, he's going to pass it with a 105 or 103.5 on the mediums. That's a good place to start on those tires. Thierry unable to get his best time on softs and mediums currently. And now we're still waiting for laps by Mr. Hood and Hollers. Mr. Hood going back into the pits. Hollers
on an outlap.
On an outlap, yep.
Stewie 3K might be trying to improve. He is actually. He currently does have an improvement with a 15.9 through Sector 1. And now comes down into, what is this called? I think they call it Nicky Lauda. Yeah, Nicky Lauda is what, Power Horse into Nicky Lauda. Comes down the back straight. And this heavy, you don't even have to hardly brake there. It's not even a heavy braking zone. It's just a slight brake, shift down, a little, one or two gears, and you can just fly through that last corner. So, and he goes across the line with a 103.9. So he does improve. And he's currently still in P9. Pizza Parker going in P8 now with a 103.43, the same time as his teammate.
Wow, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that is what I have here. Their fastest times currently being
Pizza actually just went a little bit faster now,
with a 103.7 puts him up to P7. Who is there now? Rogue needs an improvement. He puts up a 15.7, which is actually very quick. That is where he needs to be. That is where Gore, but he's 0.3 slower than Gore right now, who just put up a 16.4. Now he puts up a 28.5, and he's still going strong as he approaches the final sector in the last two turns, and he is just absolutely flying into the final turn now. Gets into the DRS zone, activates, and then he invalidates his lap. Oh no, 6 minutes to go here, and he needs
that
to
lap,
find
that lap was good enough for second, so yeah, he definitely has time to redo a lap. Gore into the pits. We have Ruda on an out lap, trying to set himself further up the grid. Only 6 thousandths away from getting third at the moment.
Ruda now coming into the bottom of the hill. This is going to be turn 3. Imagine that. And this, and Ben, you got to, this circuit it doesn't have so many turns, and I think that's why a lot of people like it. It's a fast circuit, definitely a high downforce track to get through some of the, especially through the last couple of, through the fast part of the track in Sector 2. Being right now in Tier 2 as Ruda puts up a 103.4. 7.8, so a little bit slower than his fastest time. But what makes this track unique, man, and what makes it just so, oh my, hello, what Terry, as I say this, puts up a 102.9.
Yeah, it's a good lap by Terry there. Puts himself right in the front row, but I think definitely Cichas has what it takes to reclaim pole. W. Gore could also surprise us here as well.
Hollers put up a 103.2.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's a great job by Hollers.
P3 in that racing point. So back to my question, Van. What makes this circuit unique?
I don't know. It's just everyone loves it because it's short, easy to drive. Not very fast. Not very fast. Very fast lap times. I don't really know what makes it unique. I'd have to really think on that. Some people say it's almost like a NASCAR circuit. Very short turns.
And now Stewie 3K gets a little bit loose coming out of turn 3. And has to stop his lap here. And his tires got pretty cooked there. Now he's just trying to cool them down. Definitely spun them pretty hard. Just lost the rear end a little bit. Just lost the exit. So let's see.
Agby on another outlap with the mediums again.
Sahil invalidates his lap time, but he's currently in field mode 1. So just saving that fuel, and I think this is definitely going to be a hot lap now. Getting that DRS wide open as Cosmic, I think, is retired from the session. So, and Sahil puts up a 104.8, so he's 2/10 off his fastest time with a 104.6. And this is where he's going to try and maybe improve. He's on that on the max fuel mode, and he goes with he's actually a 10th quicker than his fastest time on this tire. Or excuse me, on his lap, he puts up a 15.8, so he has improved through Sector 1 on that medium tire. And if he finds a way to get into the top 10, he'll be very happy about that, considering he'll be on this medium tire van.
Yeah, for sure. And Rogue coming back into the pits, 1 minute and 40 seconds left. I don't think there's going to be... Oh, wait, no, there will be time because we're a little bit ahead. So Rogue probably has one more opportunity left to climb up the grid as well. Mr. Hood not doing any laps at all this quali. Unusual by him. Chipsy coming out, looking to do better. And what's really great right now is from 1st to 13th, we only have a 1 second gap. So really just any amount of attempts you can find on your lap can really boost you a couple spots. And that's JD into the wall. Turn 3, letting people pass. We have
he has no damage though, so he's good.
Yep, everyone's coming out for their hot lap here. I'm most excited to see how W Gore will be doing.
Well, he's currently coming across the line for his time. Oh, he's on an out lap, excuse me. So he is on a very fast time right now. Elegance? Now he just came through turn 1. Oh, here comes JD, but he had that accident, so he'll come across the line to start another lap. Lord Raptor comes across the line and only goes 6,000ths of a second faster. Now this is the now the countdown is on. Terry now just trying to solidify his pace as he is on a hot lap, and he's going to come into the last 2 turns, just throws it into the penultimate turn, comes into the last turn, gets a little bit of oversteer, gets it corrected, and then he validates it. Let's go to C. Josh now, who's on a hot lap.
There's a turn 3 incident, and someone is blocking the track. It's Cosmic. He got,
No, it's Gore.
What?
Oh, Cosmic is out there, and Gore is out there as well. Gore is on an invalid lap. Here comes C. Josh, and he puts up a 15.8 in Sector 1. Can he find any more time with these soft tires? Puts up his last lap time, a 103.0 as he comes down the hill. This is the person we need to keep our eyes on for the race. He needs a win here to really start gaining in the championship. There is some yellow flags sort of all over the map now, but there comes C-Josh past a Romeo. He comes into the last 2 turns. He does go the fastest in Sector 2 with the 28.1. He comes across the line. Can he get there? He does with the 102.7.
That's a really great lap to C-Josh there. It's going to be one hell of a battle between him and Terry. And I know we have some of his friends in chat right now. So that's great to see. And I think, oh no, Rogue pushes himself up into the second row alongside his teammate Ruda. So that's great by the AlphaTauri boys, like I was saying. And we have Bagby on the mediums. So this is going to be one crazy fight between Red Bull, AlphaTauri, and the Williams team.
Elegance comes across the line as the final man, and that will do it for our, qualifying. your pole position, the man C. Josh. And what a show by him here at qualifying. Was able just to find that lap time, but now he is on that soft tire. He'll start on the soft tire. So will everybody behind him except for Bagpee, the man in P2 currently in the standings. He'll be starting, I think, on the medium. And the race is going to be wet, is what I'm being told.
Knowing that Bagpee went on the mediums, I don't think that's entirely true unless it's going to end up going wet later on. Let me check the website that we have. Or I guess I won't be able to see it right away. I might be pulling a big boomer move and not seeing where it is. I think, yeah, so light rain in 20 minutes and then light rain in 45 minutes. So it is going to be a dry start onto the inter tires, most likely. But knowing this game, sometimes that rain can come very late or sometimes very early.
Well, it looks clear right now. But it depends on what the F1 2020 gods decide to do, a.k.a. Code.
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on that app we have just to see if it changes when we load into this session.
Babushka, hashtag Team Alphas. How you doing, Babushka? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in tonight, both on our Twitch and on our YouTube page. We'll try and cycle through the chats. I have our Twitch chat up right now, so hello, thank you for watching. Thank you for all the follows. But here we go. Session starts in 3, 2, and 1. So everybody got their strategy figured out here. What is going to be it? It looks like rain within 15 minutes. Oh.
Okay, we don't have formation lap. Okay, so we're starting, I guess.
We're just starting.
And that's Ruda already spun, and oh my god, there's already okay. I honestly think we might need to restart because we just had a big crash.
I think we're restarting. That's a virtual safety car. That's my bad. I apologize.
Yeah, we will be restarting the lobby.
Yes, I know. We kind of guessed that. Yes, thank you. All right, we are back, and we do apologize for the delay in our start. We have now got it all worked out, it seems like, with the grid completely good. Lots of people reminding drivers to load your setups. So it was dry, light rain, and then storm, basically.
Yep, so we're gonna see maybe a slight strategy change. Bagby has to start on the mediums again, so we'll see how he adapts to whatever changes. Like I said, Codemasters could make it come earlier, it could come later, so it's not to see. The later it is, the more advantage Bagby will have.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing right now?
No. What are you seeing?
It's like the whole lobby just disconnected.
I mean, no one's actually connecting from what I can tell, but also is the stream on, or my phone also lagging?
Yeah, the stream's on.
All right, session's about to start. 10 seconds it's showing.
There we go. And here we go. See Josh away, leads the field away here for the first, the formation lap here. Oh no, who is that? Is that Terry? Terry's in the wall!
He'll be fine. Luckily, there's not much consequence to doing. Oh, we got disqualified right away, so there goes his tires.
Well, something to definitely look out for in the first lap there, as Terry just absolutely just bit it into the wall. And that's, I think Rogue is going to be very happy about that, considering where he is starting. He's going to be starting not behind him, but would like to get ahead of him at the start. Well, if he has the tire advantage, well, why not? Ruda right now behind will be right next to his teammate in P4. Hollers right behind Rogue and Ruda. Gore, welcome back, sir, to Tier 1. He'll be starting P6. Kind of an interesting qualifying from him to see him not qualify as well.
And they're about to line up here. A lot of medium runners on the back. So we'll see how that works out in their favor, especially the Mercedes. You don't really see them that low normally.
Well, here comes
Gypsy and Mr. Hood.
Well, here comes the rest of the grid. Terry, being a naughty boy on the formation lap, just has been sitting there while the rest of the field went away. If I was C. Josh, I would have slowed down even more, Just let those tires get completely ice cold and get ready for the start of this race. But here we go. 5 lights turn on here at the Red Bull Ring. And 5 lights will go out, and away we go here. And see Josh, he's going to try. He gets a fantastic start. So does Rogue, because Terry has those cold tires. And now Rogue and C Josh are going to go wheel to wheel into turn 1, but they make contact as they go up the hill now. Into turn number 2. They're going to end sector 1 with Gore going up into P3. He's able to get past Terry, and Terry doing a great job. But Ruda, he's going to be the loser in all of this as he falls down to P6 and having the battle against Hollers into P2 as they now come flying down the hill. See Josh really doing a good job here of keeping Rogue behind Van. And this is exactly what you would like to see on the first lap of a Austrian Grand Prix.
Yeah, it's been a pretty clean start. couple taps here and there, but Thierry has some work to do here as he's going on the inside of Ruda, and Ruda won't be able to defend it well. But yeah, no crashing so far. Pretty good to see. I expected some lap 1 carnage here, but maybe it'll come in a few laps. Rogue doing a really good start as well, up in the 3rd position.
He's up, yeah, Gore in the 3rd, Rogue in the P2. But I'm following this battle now for P7. Here comes Pizza Parker. He's going to try and get in the slipstream of Elegance, but Elegance teammate Hollers is in P6, so he's getting that nice little slipstream. And now Elegance gets a time penalty for multiple warnings already on the first lap.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
No, and Pizza Parker was able to just get past Elegance there with just no problems. Now let's head over to the battle between Rogue and Terry as they come flying down the hill of the outside portion of the track, and there is the lap strategy. There is the pit strategy, 15 to 17 laps for soft medium. So Ruda now, he's going to be trying to chase Terry down as hard as he can, but hopefully he can find something as he's in that fuel mix too, and just kind of just chilling back here with 36 laps on the board. We're only through lap 2 here. On lap number 2, let's head back down to the Williams of Bagby on that medium tire. He actually qualified on the medium tire, so he is chasing down Elegance, who currently has a 3-second penalty for track limits on lap 1, and his teammate picks up a track limits penalty on lap number 2. So not the super good performance here so far from the Racing Points, as now Bagby, he's going to get that DRS wide open because DRS is activated here at the Red Bull Ring. Van, what absolute disaster here for the Racing Points.
Yeah, they need to just keep their head down and stop cutting all these corners. It's very easy to rack them up here, and it's not a good sign. They already have won, only 3 laps in. They are
now. Go ahead.
They're standing between the Pizza Parker here, so they just try to work together and stop cutting the track basically. And there's a big gap already forming in the top 4, 1 second between all the 4 drivers right now. Rudido hunting down Thierry.
And now Rogue picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So very early, the warnings coming on out, so they will serve those in the pit. So at least that's something to consider, especially if you're Josh right now. You know that the man who is chasing you down, who's actually coming within a second. I don't think Rogue has a DRS yet. He does not. He is just trying to get into the cusp, and he's just 1 second out, and he's not able to get into the next detection zone, I don't think. No, he is not. He was so close, though. I think he was like 0.001 of a second off of being in that DRS zone. But Gore, he realizes that Rogue does not have DRS, but he has 2 men behind him who do now. And this battle for P4 is getting heated up as they come flying down the hill into Niki Lauda. And Van, this race for P4 between Ruda and Terry, this is what, if you're Josh right now, this is what you want to see.
Definitely. Terry is very good, and it's going to help Josh if he can just get farther and farther back. For sure, Bagby picking up a penalty. So, penalties are going to start racking up here, especially towards the end of the lap, where it's really easy to just get one of those tires out of the line there.
It's right on board here with Ruda, who has that DRS open, but Terry does too, because he's approaching Gore. Gore is going to be kind of the odd man out here, as he has not been able to catch up to the likes of Josh and Rogue. And now Sahil picking up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings of track limits. And can Ruda really keep up here? Can he keep up with Terry in that with that DRS in that going here? But honestly, I don't know. What do you think?
I think he can, for sure. He won last race. He has shown that he has the pace to compete.
Wait, he won?
So, yeah.
Wait, nobody told me he won. The week
Well, he
I'm not
did,
here,
and yeah.
the week I'm not here, he wins a race. Well, that explains why he won. So let's see what Terry does here. Now Terry is all over the back of Gore now as they come flying down the hill. Elegance picking up another 3-second penalty. That's now 6 seconds for the man on his pit stop, and that's not good for him. A pit stop is already about 3 seconds long. Now just add another 6 seconds. Now Gore gets a
and
little bit
Rogue
squabbly. And
or
then Terry's
Gore,
gonna
yeah.
take a full advantage of that and moves up into P3. And now Ruda, he's gonna have a look at Gore as they go up the hill once again, and just go into turn number 4. Excuse me, into turn number 5. Nicky Lauda is what that corner is called, and Ruda. He has quite some pace here as Pizza Parker now picks up a penalty for track limits. Now there's a yellow flag in sectors 2 and 3. That is going to be Pizza Parker himself, so that explains the track limit violation. So the game really giving him a punch to the face, if you don't mind me saying that. So here, now Ruda, he's really trying to get onto the back of this Alfa Romeo of our 4th position here. Gore. Welcome back, Gore. And Gore, he's a Tier 1 champion. He's a former Tier 1 champion. Now he gets a little bit squabbly as he comes out of turn 2. And that's going to give Ruda an opportunity to get that DRS completely activated and just zoom past him and take the position away from Gore. Gore, a previous champion. Now he's going to try to
lock up.
Yeah, they both lock up as Gore tried to make a move down the inside of Ruda, but Ruda, he's defending hard. He's getting his elbows out here tonight. Gore, the former Tier 1 champion, has returned, and his it seems like his fiefdom here at Tier 1 has come to an end as some guys have really swung out their elbows here.
Or a little, I forgot the word, but he's looking a little bit rusty. It's okay though. I mean, he just recently got his wheel back, so just him being 5th overall would be a great result to come back into, and potentially could even get more positions as the race goes on. Still a lot of time left, especially as people start racking up more penalties. Like Rogue still sitting on that plus 3 seconds, so that's gonna hurt him a lot. Thierry would get 2nd position as that stands. I think Joss is happy at where everyone is right now.
Well, right now, Chipsy is the man right behind his teammate in P10. He's in that final points position, and this is not the race he was hoping to have, as not only his teammates in front of him, but he's only looking at a point here as we are in the 8th lap of 36 at the Red Bull Ring.
Yeah, that's something we got to remember is rain will start falling eventually. And Joss picks up his own penalty, and Thierry is going to be really glad to see that come up on his board.
Well, Rogue now has caught up to our leader here of Joss. He was able to get within that DRS detection zone and get the DRS active. So now he's just flying down the circuit here. Just look at that beautiful wing of that AlphaTauri. And that DRS wide open. Now, the AlphaTauri of Rogue, he knows he is sniffing a victory here today. If he wins, that would be absolutely massive for the Drivers' Championship and really put a stop here for 2 weeks in a row, really, against Terry and Bagby. They have been P1, P2 for quite a few races in a row. Looking at tire wear, and you can actually track this as well if you use the telemetry command on Twitch.
Gore is pitting, and he picks up a 5-second speeding in the pit lane.
Oh,
no. And he was fine because he had no prior penalty. Right now, Thierry has no penalties in the top 7, that is. And Gore's actually setting on a new set of fresh softs, which we'll have to see how that works. Shipsy picks up his own penalty as well. I believe we're around 8 to 10 laps until we see rainfall here. So this could work out for Gore, perhaps. We'll have to see.
Yeah, maybe he knows something that he's timing something else, but he does fall down to P15, so his work is going to be cut out for him here. And the gap between him and the leaders is 24 seconds. That's quite a bit of time to make up.
And the good thing is he will be able to get that penalty removed, I think, when he repits for Inter, so not much of a hassle for him, really. And Gore's really good in the rain, so let's see how that'll do. And I can already see the overcast coming in here. I think we might see a move by Bag onto Elegance coming into turn 3. Let's see what happens. He's on the medium tire still, and he makes a big dive, and he almost collides with the other racing point of Hollers, and they're actually both going pretty slow. Oh, and there's an end plate flying. I think that was Williams end plate. Yes, it was.
Yep. And the Williams, he's trying to just get as fast as he can, but that end plate not being there is going to cause some havoc.
Oh, and Elegance spins.
Oh,
That was
no.
definitely not on fault with. Oh my God, he's almost coming on the track weirdly, but it's safe. Everyone gets by him well, and Seajoss is pitting as well. So here we go. Rogue staying out. Thierry hitting as well. They're going to go onto that soft tire, try to make up that time there until it rains.
And he gets fresh, shiny new softs, and he's only falling down to P5, it looks like, maybe. Now he'll lose a couple more positions as he comes out of the pit lane. Now Gore picks up a penalty for track limits, and, well, over half the grid now, man.
Yeah. That's this Austria where you really pick up penalties. You can really have a huge advantage if you don't have any penalties here. Gore gets past Beats Parker of ease. And he's not too far away from Terry, so
he does have
it's not really over.
Gore does. He's actually missing an end plate. He's missing a left end plate, actually. So he is not going to be happy about that. He is currently in P13, so out of the points. But our current race leader is Rogue, and he is probably thinking about pitting here in the next couple of laps, though, even though his left rear tire is currently at 56% wear. Puncture time, but puncture would be about, what, 72%, 73% is what happened to Astronaut last season. Getting a puncture on the left rear.
Or if you're Babu and somehow get it in tier 2 with reduced damage while you're
Babu,
leading.
man, how? You just found a way to do it. Now there's this nice little battle here happening towards the back of the midfield.
Yeah, so there's a lot of traffic between Thierry and Seajoss, so that's going to be a big factor on if he can catch Seajoss or not. Thierry, though, having a flawless race, no penalties. I'm going to go ahead and check if he has any warnings real quick.
Well,
And he has 2.
He has 2.
Yeah, so one more mistake and he will be picking up a penalty as well.
Now Rogue picks up another 3-second penalty. That's 6 seconds of added time. And now Seajoss, he moves up and passes Mr. Hood. What a move by him there, and takes P5. That man is on a tear, and Mr. Hood's tires, actually, they're a little bit worn here as we head into lap 14. Now the clouds are starting to move in. The rain should be falling here in about 5 minutes. So the guys who haven't pitted yet, they're not going to get their pit stop in unless it's to go to the wets. I don't think you want to pit on for fresh softs when it's when you're just a few minutes away from the rain dropping. And honestly, the rain should be dropping about now.
Yep, it's probably going to be in the next 2 or 3 laps for sure. That sounds about right. Big advantage for Hood and Chipsy. Bagpy as well. Also, good job by Rogue and Ruda, though. They're still staying out on those softs. Definitely pretty worn around this time.
Well, Rogue needs to think about maybe pitting, but it's too early to go on to intermediates, obviously.
Yeah, I think he missed the window.
Yeah, I think he botched this right now because now he is having the tire manage. That left rear tire is at 67% wear, so he is in the territory now of a puncture potentially happening. So we got to keep our eyes on this man because that rear tire could go at any minute.
He's still staying out, so I think he's just going to be patiently waiting for those raindrops to start dropping. Teammate doing the same thing. Hollers as well doing. Oh, actually, I'm seeing it now. Raindrops on my screen. It is starting to rain here in Austria.
Well,
obviously, there's going to be a little buffer zone until it's time to swap to the inters.
Yeah, the rain is starting to come down, but it's going to take a bit to really get this track wet. So let's see. Does Rogue go in here? Do you think
No,
he goes
at this
in?
point, unless the game is telling you to go in and it's time for wets, you don't go. There's still a pretty big gap between him and Ruda. Ruda could slow down people, but as I'm saying, that Bagpy might attempt an overtake here. But Ruda's job right now is just to defend and to make sure no one gets past him. So Rogue has a big gap between him when he pits. And yeah, he's staying out again. I think it's going to be 1 or 2 more laps until we see him pitting onto the inters. We already have someone on the inters right now. That's Lord Raptor in the Haas. It's probably a little bit too early for that, and it's going to be him struggling for a bit.
And now, see, Josh, he is approaching the Williams of Bagpy, and they're getting into a little bit of a scrap. The Williams there blocking C. Josh. And that Williams, we have to remind everybody, he does have a broken wing. He has 44%.
And look at this, they're going very close into turn 3 here. Oh, their tires are just touching, and Ruda loses out 2 positions now. Thierry not too far behind.
And now, see, Josh, he's going to make the overtake happen, going into turn number 3 and gets it done very nicely. And Bagpy, with that wing, he's still putting up really fast times.
Yeah, I think this is a good move by Rhodes to keep staying out. And let's see, yep, he's coming into the pits right now. So we should see others following his move here unless they want to go out for 1 more lap here. Let's see. See, Joss stays out. Bagpy goes really wide. And he's looking to enter the pits as well in a weird formation. And Ruda just almost hits the wall coming into the pits. He picks up another penalty because of that there. Rogue, he's going to be coming out of the pits in what seems to be 3rd position. That's excellent by Rogue. Master strap by him. Does not lose out on much. He's only 8 seconds behind Thierry, and these 2 have to still pit, and that's going to be a long pit stop for those 2.
Yes, it is. Well, the intermediate tire now coming on out. DRS is disabled, and that is going to be the cue for C-Josh to probably pit here because there's not that big of a gap between him and Rogue, and that's the man he has to worry about.
Hitting the wall coming into the 3rd sector, looks like he lost a big part of his wing.
Let's check on the man, Pizza Parker. He doesn't have a wing left. He's kind of just driving about halvesies right about now.
So we should be seeing see Justin Thierry pit, and that will put Rogue, I believe, in to the lead. Yeah, it will.
it's gonna actually be a battle out of the pits for these two in the Williams and the Red Bull, but Rogue in that intermediate now takes control of this race. Now here comes C. Josh. He's going to be coming out of the pits in front of Terry, and that is going to be very good for him. He'll be very happy about that, and it looks like C. Josh will not lose any more positions. So now Rogue, the leader of this race. Go ahead, sir.
Rogue has 6 seconds, so he does still have a little bit of work to do to build a little gap between him and Terry. C-Jots with 3, I believe. Just want to make sure. Yep. So they both have some work to do here to make sure they keep their position. Mr. Hood, though, look at him in 4th, coming in a great stint on the mediums to put himself into the 4th place. No penalties as well. Everyone behind him with a whole bunch of penalties as well. And that's Cosmic, I believe. Yep, in the 3rd sector. He lost his wing.
Who?
More yellow flags, though, coming into turn 4. It looks like they're getting cleared. There's people going slow because it's the conditions, the weather. Bagby, though, on the behind of Ruda here. Our closest gap so far in these conditions.
There we go. Now I can see. Yeah, Bagby now with a fresh wing can now try and catch up to Ruda, but Ruda defending off Bagby. And now Bagby gonna go on the outside this time, on the inside, excuse me, and gets it done and moves up to P5. What a move there by Bagby. Ruda now is falling. He just doesn't quite have the exit speed here. But Rogue, he'll be very happy about this right now. He is currently in the lead of this race, but C. Josh is chasing him down very, very quickly. His last lap. Well, excuse me, C. Josh doesn't have a actual hot lap yet. He's only been on his out lap, so. But he's actually putting up times that are, Sector 2 was 2/10 quicker than Rogue, and he comes across the line with a 112.8, so he's 3/10 up on a lap on Rogue. So Rogue really has to drive very hard here as we are starting lap 21 of 36 of this race, and Rogue has 6 seconds of penalty, so he has to actually be ahead within 3 seconds of C. Josh in order to keep that win in that position, that P1. Let's take a look at the back here. Stewie 3K trying to keep up here with Sahil and Nahas. Uwe looking to make an overtake onto Elegance as they come down the hill, and this is again a pretty hard braking zone, but you just go out back wide and looks very nice through there. Now Bagby, he's back. He has flown very fast, and he's putting up 112.2s. In the rain. He gets a little bit slippery on the wet surface. Now he's going to make a move on the inside of Mr. Hood as they go into turn 1, and he gets the move done entirely before they even hit the turn together. And now Mr. Hood, he's going to try and chase him down as they come into turn number 2. But Bagby, he just has so much speed. And now Mr. Hood making contact now. And Ruda now, he's just kind of a sitting duck because he has 2 seconds to Mr. Hood, and Mr. Hood is falling back very quickly to Bagby.
Yep, the gaps are all forming. Not much to really say. There is Uwe who's trying to climb up the grid, looking for that 10th position Gore not too far behind. I expect it's going to be very tough for everyone to get through this stage, and not to mention that we have a storm coming, so it might even get worse, and we might even see wet tire come out. Who knows?
Terry now, he's still on the hunt for C-Josh, but C-Josh in the wet is very fast. He just put up a 12.9 and in the wet, so a very, very quick time indeed. And now the rain continues to fall here. And it's going to be like this for the remainder of the race. We do have rain on its, well, heavy rain, flooded conditions here in about probably 10-15 minutes. But the track is somewhat looking, you know, there is a line somewhat forming, but, you know, Van, what is really the secret to wet weather racing here on F1 2020?
You're asking the wrong guy, because I absolutely suck in the wets. But look at Uwe and Gore and Elegance all kind of closing in together, so we might see a little wet battle going on here.
Gore having an awful pit stop, getting a speeding in the pit lane. Having to serve that 5-second penalty and has 3 seconds to his name. Currently for track limit penalties, but he's approaching the back of Uwe. But Uwe, he's not going to be friendly with Gore, I don't think.
They're definitely going to be fighting hard here, trying to get into the points. Everyone there has penalties, so let's see what exactly they have. Elegance with 9 seconds, so he'll definitely be dropping away from these two if they cross the line as it is right now. 6 seconds for Holler, 6 seconds for Ruda, but there's still a gap to make up there.
See Josh, 8.9 seconds. Terry, 3.3 seconds. Bag P, currently 3.8 seconds. Now Mr. Hood and Ruda, they're kind of separated out. Hollers is getting chased down by JD. That is the battle to look for here now. But JD, without that DRS, it's going to be very difficult to overtake as they come into turn 3. Have to just find the grip and find the line. That's where a lot of water is definitely going to collect right there, and it's going to be very, very difficult here.
Oh, and Gore.
Next 10 minutes. Go ahead.
He he hit the wall. He's lost control of his car a bit, and it's a 2-second gap now to Uwe. I don't think he picked up much damage, but yeah, he's not looking too tight on the track right now. Not much to talk about, really. You just have Uwe chasing down Elegance. We have JD chasing down Hollers. I wonder how things will change in the next 10 laps here, but I can't really see much other than once penalties are applied.
Yeah, and it's going to get, the range just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. Driver of the day is so far by Raptor first. T1 Rays as a full-time. Yeah, very respectable. He has no penalties.
Mr. Hood, though, as well, he gained 7 positions. He's sitting in fifth with no penalties as well. He could potentially be a big winner, puts himself onto the podium as well. So it's a good job they misread as well. I believe he did the same thing in another race earlier this season. Forgot which race, but misread is pretty good at keeping it on track, from what it seems. Lord Rapperdo as well could potentially gain a lot of positions, maybe even some points. No safety car, no virtual safety car. I predicted at least one. Can't really see anything happen unless someone makes a big mistake into the wall here. There's not really much to talk about. Still the same gaps, JD. No way. No one's making any mistakes. Everyone's staying fairly consistent. We have Seajoss, who potentially could grab the win, but he still needs to find 5 seconds to really catch or get past Rogue.
Well, he is flying here because he is looking at his pace. Rogue is faster in Sector 1, but in Sector 2, this Red Bull is very quick. It looks like Rogue is 4/10 off of the Red Bull's pace now as they come across the line. So Rogue putting up a 13.4 and the Red Bull of Seajoss putting up a 12.8. So Seajoss, he's kind of on pace here with 8 laps to go. He can do it. He's under the 8 lap, so that last lap he was able to find a second. So Rogue right now, he just has to hope these intermediate tires last until the end. And hopefully the rain, the heavier rain that is coming here in about 5 minutes does not affect the end of his race. It's supposed to be pretty bad here in the next minute or so. So what do you think, Van? Can Seajoss get to the finish in P1?
Potentially, but as we're talking, JD is making a move on Holler, so that's finally, I believe, the first move we've seen in quite a bit, especially in the wet conditions. But for sure, I think Seajoss can make up the gap to get the race win. But we'll just have to see. There's only 7 laps remaining, not much room for error here. And Gypsy now joining in the fight with Hollers and JD.
Well, now Seajoss, he gets a little bit squabbly coming out of turn 2. Go ahead. You said who? Gypsy and, oh my, this is getting intense up towards the front because this is points, positions, ladies and gentlemen, watching on our Twitch and on our YouTube at Apollo Racing Club. And now Gypsy is going to try and make a move on the Hollers, but Hollers, he's going to defend very hard as they go into turn number 2 as they now fly down the hill. This is where Chips needs to find a move. He needs to make it happen very soon because time's a ticking now. We're on lap 29 of 36. And
honestly,
go ahead.
The rain is definitely dropping much harder now. I'm noticing that on the screen. So we might start seeing some more driver errors here. We'll see what happens. Oh, and actually, as I talk about that, Cosmic goes into the wall, turn 3, but it's not going to cause anything major. A late safety car would have spiced things up, and as he gets overlapped by Rogue. We'll have to find his way back on track, but it looks like he's going to let people by here, but he's still needs to be careful, otherwise he's going to get disqualified. And he will put himself back on track, luckily.
Yeah, nicely done there by him. Now Terry, he's finding a little bit of pace now. He is 1.7 seconds behind the Red Bull of Seajoss. Can he take a P3? Terry's teammate Bagby is now 1.2 seconds away from that P3 in that final podium position. And now there's this yellow flag in Sector 2. Is that Cosmic?
Yep, he's just slowing down. And Elegance actually pitted for the wet tire compound. I wonder if we're going to see anyone else do the same thing, but let's see. No, I don't think. Everyone's just going to deal with it until the end. Unless there was a safety car, then maybe they would have done it, but I'm not sure even if the wets are even viable here. I don't know. It's that Cosmic again. Yes, it is. He's struggling very hard here to really keep it on track and not in the wall here. As more people come by near him, he's struggling to turn into the pits. What else we have here? We have Gypsy, Gore chasing down haulers. Let's see if we can see a move coming up soon.
And now there is a yellow flag in Sector 3. That is going to be Cosmic, who went into the pits. And he is going to retire from this race. So 2 guys DNFing currently from the Austrian Grand Prix here at Apollo Racing Club. Go ahead.
It's getting spicy here up into this battle for 8th. Uwe potentially could join in as well, but let's see. Gypsy going to go on the inside, looks for it, but and he actually dives in, but and Gore looking to take advantage, and he will take advantage of that. Gypsy with not a greatest of moves there.
And now there's a yellow flag.
Oh, and that's one of Ruda. It is Ruda coming. Oh no, he's. Oh my God, Ruda almost collecting JD there, but that's going to be a shame to see Ruda dropping down a couple positions probably. Doesn't pick up damage though.
And now finally Gypsy gets the move done onto haulers.
As Haller is pitting in as well, probably going to switch tires. Let's see. 5-second penalty.
5-second penalty. Oh, hello. Say that at the same time again. Bagby now very close to Terry. Now Terry has lost a bit of time to see Josh. He's now down to 2.2 seconds. Will Terry play nice with his teammate? He has the pace, or what do you think is going to happen here?
Not sure. They let's see. Bagby has 6 seconds of penalty, so it's really not worth having him get past. And unless Josh can find 2 more seconds in the next 3 laps, he will not be getting that win.
Well, vote for your driver of the day in our Twitch chat poll. Jack or Mars, if you guys could start that. We're going to have Lord Raptor or Mr. Hood. Make sure to vote for your driver of the day as soon as that is created on our Twitch chat.
Ooh, all in the back of Gypsy. He's been dealt a good hand into this fight now with that move Gypsy made a lap ago. Gore could potentially start a battle for here, but there might not be enough time.
Yeah, there may not be enough time at all. But see, Josh, he's now 4.8 seconds. He is he is pretty low on DRS.
Looking at the penalties though, oh my God, Ruda, I keep getting them mixed up for some reason tonight, but Ruda will drop 2 positions as it stands. I don't know, it depends if Gypsy can keep up that gap a bit. I don't think we'll see much, but look at Josh. He might just clutch it in time. 2 laps remain. Unfortunately, Mr. Hood is so far back that he won't be taking advantage of Bagby and his 6 seconds. Shame to see.
Looking at Ruda, he's trying to chase down JD, but Gore is right behind Ruda as well in the Alfa Romeo. So an Alfa Romeo taking on the AlphaTauri here. And Rogue is, I think he's having tire issues. He's having tire wear issues. but so is C-Josh. But C-Josh is just finding more pace.
Yeah, see, Josh needs to find 1 second in the next 2 laps, and he will win this race. And with his pace, it's definitely doable, but we'll have to see. It's going to go down straight to the wire here for sure for the race win. Gord really doesn't have to challenge Rita that hard, but he might be eyeing the move just so he can reach JD and potentially snag 6th position.
Once
And it
again,
looks like
vote for-
Gypsy. Oh yeah, vote.
Vote for your
Good.
driver of the day. I don't know how you do that in ARC, but how to do a poll on Twitch. But if somebody could do that, that'll be between Mr. Hood and Lord Raptor. Go ahead, man.
My vote would be Mr. Hood. I mean, he's up in the 5th. He's gained 7 positions. He started on the medium tire. He's done a good job in making sure he keeps that 5th position for those vital 10 points for him in Mercedes. So, yeah, definitely my vote goes to him. Though that doesn't say Mr. Lord Raptor has not done a good job. He's done a really excellent job. He's almost clinching the points there. He just too far back, unfortunately.
Ruda gaining ever so slowly here as we begin our final lap as Rogue. He is looking at the gap behind him. He sees C-Josh there.
4
Who-
attempts. That's all he needs this lap. See Joss.
He needs 4 tenths to go his way. Now looking at Rogue. Rogue is really struggling to find the grip through the rain on those old tires because the rain is just absolutely pouring down. But Rogue, now he is approaching the last 2 turns. Can he find the time? He continues to stick to the ground. He hasn't lost it yet. And he comes into
And
the
I think
final
he will.
turn. He's going to get her
think-
done. He does.
Yes, he does. Congrats to
C-Josh
Rogue.
comes across the line in 2nd place. Terry in P3, Beg in P4. Now here comes Mr. Hood coming across the line in P5.
Yep, excellent job to Mr. Hood to pick up 10 points for him and his team. JD
will pick up
Oh, yeah.
P6 if he can hold on here.
Yep, Gore will pick up P7. Gypsy, I don't think. Gypsy might pick up P8, I think. I don't know. We'll see as they cross the line here. Ruda getting. Oh, okay. Oh my God, he needs to watch out. He almost hit Gore. That would have been very dangerous. Let's see. Gypsy, he will not get P8. He will get P9. Ue will wrap it up in the points with disappointing P10. Oh, actually, no, it might be Lord Raptor.
It might
Yeah.
be Lord Raptor.
Oh,
He's going to go for
and he's
it.
gonna
He
pick up
sends
the
it down the
points.
inside, and he goes across the line, and he's going to be there at P10. And
Oh.
wow. He was
Nice
able
job.
to get the last points of steal away from Lord Raptor. And there's obviously some major carnage happening on the front straight. But wow, what a race there at the end of that one. And our race winner is Rogue, winning his first. Is this his first race win this season? No, it's not. He's won 2 now this season. Well, and who is your driver of the day?
Mr. Hood.
You're going to say Mr. Hood?
Yep.
I was going to say Lord
Hood.
Raptor just because he got his first points as a full-time driver here at Apollo Racing Club. And he stole it. Van, I don't know what authority do you have over me?
I don't know. Right in chat, Mr. Hood or Lord Raptor.
Somebody in our chat, please. We need an answer, Twitch chat. We had quite a few viewers. And nobody. But if you don't, then
Might have to. All right, it's Raptor.
it's Raptor. Raptor is our driver of the day. His first time getting into the points here at Apollo Racing Club, and he does it on his full-time driver seat debut. So a huge congratulations to him. And yeah, I think that is actually going to do it for us tonight. No interviews. So, but Van, any final thoughts?
Stay tuned for tomorrow as T2 also goes to Austria.
Yep, tomorrow night, Tier 2 will be in Austria. So make sure to hit that follow button on Twitch and the subscribe button on YouTube. Righteous Fire and Gore will be bringing you the broadcast for that one. Well, we had quite an exciting race there towards the end, but Rogue prevails in the end. We want to thank you for watching tonight, and for everyone here at Apollo Racing Club, thank you and have a great night.